අයිබෝන් දුවේ පුතේ, welcome back to my YouTube channel again. If you are a newcomer, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you will get a notice when I put up a valuable video like this. හොඳයි දුවේ පුතේ, අද මම කරන්න යන්නේ 11 වසරේ English medium කරන දුවල පුතාලට Pythagoras theorem එකේ ගාන. අපි බලමු මේ ගාන කොහොමද present කරලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා ඉස්සල්ලාම විනාඩියක් විතර කියවන්න බලන්න. And definitely I'm going to explain things in English. Okay, so this is all designed for those who are in year 11, the ones who are actually facing the examination pretty soon in few months time. Okay, duwe puté, we've been given a nice spiral here. This is called Archimedes spiral, and we've been asked to find the values or the lengths of each of these diagonals in third form. Let's start off with the very first triangle. The first thing that we're gonna crack is the most number of information. Now if you look at this particular triangle, it is a right angle triangle, therefore you can apply Pythagoras theorem. However, you have two unknowns, f and g. On the other hand, if you go to the very first one, a smaller one, you have two known sides and one unknown side, which is the diagonal. Hence, you can start off there. What is the theorem? We know the square length of the diagonal, which is the a in this case. A square is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Well, one square is 1 each. Therefore, a squared is 2. I know a is a length, therefore it's positive. Hence, I can simply write down a is square root of 2. Taking the square root operation, for the both sides, I found one of them. What you must remember is though, this particular step is a little important, rather quite important. We will be using that one fairly soon. Looking into the second triangle, I am going to find the B length here and the A and number 1 centimeter there. Well, A is known now. It is root 2 centimeters. I'm going to write down Pythagoras theorem to that triangle. I know the diagonal is B, therefore B squared is equal to the sum of the square lengths of the other two sides. One is A, one is 1. Well, you continue this pattern, you will see the answers are coming through nicely. Remember the one that I covered in yellow? A squared. I know it's 2. I don't need to start doing squaring again. It's already there. So I simply drag. 1 square is 1. Hence, B square becomes 3. When you take the square root on the both sides, you will get square root of 3 centimeter as the length for the B. Now, this is fairly easy now. You just keep going. Let's go into this side. I'm going to look at this triangle, the one that I just covered by the color green. Okay, what do I have? C squared is the diagonal, therefore C squared is equal to sum of the two sides. What are the two sides? The B and the 1 again, which is here. Right, 1 square, B square. I know B squared. B squared is 3. Look at here. It's already there. So you just pick it and substitute. Plus 1. Answer is 4. Well, this is a cool answer. C is square root of 4, which is 2 centimeters. So that length here is 2 centimeters. Right, moving on to the next one. The triangle there. The D is the diagonal, therefore D squared, and then the sides are C and 1, therefore C squared plus 1 squared is equal to 2 squared, again 4 here, and then 1. Answer is 5. D squared is equal to 5, therefore when you take the square root, D becomes square root of 5 centimeters. Please make sure you write down the units. That's very, very, very important. Right. Third last. This triangle. We know D now. We have to find E. And I believe you understand really well with my color coding now. E squared, the diagonal length is square. Square of the diagonal length is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. What are those? D and 1. What is D squared? We know that. It's 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Therefore, again, when you take the square root on both sides, the length for E is square root of 6 centimeters. This is quite beautiful. In this particular spiral, you get root 2, root 3, then root 4, root 5, root 6 for the next one, isn't it? Well done. Keep it up. Let's go with yellow. This particular triangle, we know the diagonal is F to be found. So F squared is equal to E squared plus 1 squared. That gives you 6. I know E squared is 6. We found that. Plus 1 is 7. Therefore, we get F is equal to square root of 7 centimeters. Final stretch. One last. We need to do one more and we are done. Hooray. For the last one, I have G squared. The length of the diagonal is G, square it, and is the sum of the squares of the other two lengths, F and 1. F square is 7 and 1 square is of course 1. Right, this is a one that I need to work on a little bit more. G squared is 8, hence G is square root of 8. Well, what you must remember is, if you can simplify a surd, you must simplify. How do I simplify? We look at, for the surds inside the surd, we are looking at all the square numbers. What are the square numbers? Well, number 1 wouldn't help a lot, but 2 onwards. Likewise, 5 squared, 25, and so on and so forth. Okay? You need to remember these. I'm going to write down the root 8 as a split of, let's write down here, a square number, a perfect square number, and another number. Doesn't matter what number I get for the other, but I need to pick one from the blue writing here, right in here. What do I get? 8 is equal to 9 times, no, it's smaller. So go with 4, 4 times 2. Therefore, I'm going to color code here nicely so that you know what I'm writing. Now I can split this one as square root of 4 times square root of 2. I know square root of 4 is 2. Therefore, our answer for G is 2 times root 2. Of course, I can write down this in the color that I picked, so that it is very clear for you what we are doing here. Okay, duwe pute. So that's it for this particular video lesson, and it's a quick question on Pythagoras. Of course, we applied the Pythagoras theorem on 7 triangles, isn't it? We got up to root 8 starting from root 2 in here. Right, again, it's centimeters. You don't want to miss that, not to lose any marks in the examination. Right, duwe pute. Me wage ganan හදනේවා බලන්න ඕන නම් මගේ channel එකට subscribe කරලා තියන්න. ඒ වගේම ඕගලන්ට English medium class එකට සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න ඕන නම් පල්ලෙහා තියෙන number එකට WhatsApp කරන්න message කරන්න කියන්න ඕගලන්ගේ දෙමාපියන්ට. එතකොට අපිට පුළුවන් ඕගලන්ව classes වලට enroll කරගන්න. ඕගලන්ට මේ හැම class එකකම video recordings හම්බ වෙනවා indefinitely බලන්න පුළුවන් ඕන වෙලාවක. tutorials, lesson PDFs ඔක්කොම හම්බ වෙනවා. ඒක නිසා ඒක හොඳ දෙයක් වේ ඕගලන්ට. අනිවාර්යෙන් අපිට කතා කරන්න පල්ලෙහා තියෙනවා නම්බරේ. ඒ වගේම ඔයා දෙයක් ඉගෙන ගත්තා නම් ඕගොල්ලෝ මෙතනින් like කරලා subscribe කරලා තියාගන්න. එහෙනම් නැවතත් අපි ඊගා වීඩියෝ පාඩමකින් හමු වෙමු. එහෙම නැත්නම් තව question discussion එකකින් හමු වෙමු. එතකන් ඔබ සැමට ආයුබෝවන්. තෙරුවන් සරණයි දුවේ පුතේ.